to a very special edition of the Regular Grade Football Recap Show. Do you know why that is? Because it's our 100th episode! What do you mean? What episode is it? 4? I just feel foolish. It was an interesting week for the Regular Grade Football League as we had our first team clinch a playoff spot in Demarius Targaryen. Our first matchup features a 28-point win for the Tar Heels over White Lightning. Earlier in the week, White Lightning traded away frustrating quarterback Tom Brady for the Bears quarterback situation and Darren Sproles. The problem is, White Lightning put in the wrong Bears quarterback this week as Jay Cutler sat. So Josh McCown went out and put up 15 fantasy points that White Lightning didn't get. Not only that, but White Lightning left Rashard Jennings on the bench who put up 25 points. Those mistakes turned out to be the key factor in this loss. The Tar Heels, though, keep on winning, despite having to put up with struggling running back Trent Richardson. This was the third straight win for the Tar Heels and the 6th of the season, putting them in a prime contention for a playoff spot. Our next matchup was a close one between going for ... not last and Clay Matthews Band. Clay Matthews Band was able to eke out a 5-point win this week. Clay Matthews Band was able to pull out the win despite a very uncharacteristic 2.7 points from AJ Green. The key factor of this game, though, will go down to going for ... not last, deciding to put Marlon Brown in as flex, who sat out the game. If going for ... not last had instead put in Chris Ogbonnaya, he'd be looking at a win this week instead of his 7th straight loss. Our next matchup wasn't pretty, as Joker beat the Black Parade by over 40 points this week. Joker was able to lay down the wood even though Reggie Bush only put up 5 points. Black Parade has just been killed by injuries all year. He's already lost Arian Foster and most of his quarterbacks for the season. Now Wes Welker has suffered a concussion. But you can look on the bright side, Black Parade. It looks like you're going to have a prime drafting position next year. Our next matchup was about as ugly as Trent Richardson's yards per carry. Matty Ice was able to deliver another good old-fashioned beatdown to the unlucky Gridiron Gang. It's been a pretty weird season for Gridiron Gang, who usually scores a good many amount of points. For the most part, Gridiron Gang's weakest link on his team has always been Alex Smith. However, this week, Alex Smith was the only player on his team to post over double digits. Matty Ice was awarded the biggest blowout this week, despite leaving Bobby Rainey on his bench to collect over 30 points. Our next matchup features Severe Punishment and getting back to his winning ways over Crazy Cajuns. Unlike most of Severe Punishment's wins this season, this one was pretty close, and it came down to the last game, with Peyton Manning putting him over the edge. Severe Punishment was able to get the win despite having to go up against Calvin Johnson, who put up nearly 40 fantasy points by himself. Our final matchup featured a shellacking of underdogs by Demarius Targaryen. Chris Johnson must have been looking to take revenge on underdogs for trading him earlier in the season, as he put up 21 points in Thursday night's game. But that wasn't all the high-scoring Demarius Targaryen had. Cam Newton and LaShawn McCoy both put up over 30 points themselves. It was rough for underdogs, as not even Adrian Peterson can get the ball rolling, only putting up 6.5 points this week. And now, we're going to go to Bane with the weather. Bane?
Oh, well tonight, it looks like it's going to be dark. Wait, do you think darkness is your ally?
You know what? No, we're not doing it this week. We're going to go straight to the interview.
When I'm done with my forecast, then you have my permission to leave.
Listen, I'm in charge here, okay?
Do you feel in charge? Now, we can go to the interview.
And I'm here with Matty Ice. Hi, Matty Ice. How are you doing today?
I'm alright. How about you, sir?
Oh, I'm pretty good. So, you came into the draft this year. You had the first pick of the draft. And you went with Doug Martin. He got injured, didn't work out for you. But how do you feel about how the rest of your draft went?
My agent has advised me not to answer that question right now.
All right. Well, you're a Falcons fan. Your Falcons have not performed well this season, and you traded for Matt Ryan, traded Drew Brees straight up for Matt Ryan. Also hasn't really worked out for you too well, but so your fantasy success is kind of hinged on what the Falcons have done this year. Do you think that's going to be good for you or bad for you going forward the rest of the season?
No comment. My agent says right now we don't need to get into that.
Well, as of this week, you are in 6th place and in the playoff hunt. If the season ended today, you'd be in the playoffs. Do you think you can keep it up and finish the season in the playoffs?
Well, I think... What? My agent has advised me not to answer that question.
Do you have anything to say to the rest of the league?
Yeah, I got something to say to the rest of the league. When it comes down to it, leagues, we've been doing this for a long time now, and no comment.
Back to you in the studio.
Oh, this is nice. Well, thank you for joining us today on The Bane Show. Make sure you join next week. But if you don't, it'll be very painful for you.